Hi everyone. Today I will be talking about how to set up a Java project in Apache NetBeans and how to print in Java. Apache NetBeans is the default IDE or integrated development environment for Java programming. This is the one that many high schoolers will use for their introductory programming classes. So to start a new project in Java, first we go to File, and then we go to New Project. Now in New Project, you will see a few choices on the left side over here. You want to choose Java with Ant. You can't choose with Maven or with Gradle, but these take a longer time to run. So we will choose Java with Ant, and we can choose Java application. We're going to be creating a Java application. And we can leave everything as is, and we can click Finish. So you will now see that Java opens up a new file, Java application2.java. Everything that's in the gray text, we can delete that. Those are, we'll talk about what those are later, but they are not required for what we want to do. And we can just delete this line up to here, and we can delete that. So this is what you will see when you first open up a Java application. When you first start Java program, you will see public static void main string args, and that is the place where all Java programs start. And the first thing we learn in Java is how to print stuff to the screen. So to print stuff to the screen, we have System.out.printf. The F means format. We want to format our print. And the thing we want to print goes in double quotes. So you just have to press the double quote button once, and the second one will automatically come up. Same for the parentheses. You just have to press the opening parentheses and the second one automatically comes up. So let's say we want to print hi everyone, and all statements in Java need a semicolon at the end. So don't forget the semicolon. And then what we can do is we can save our file, save, and then we can click the green button, Run Project. And then we see hi everyone down here. So that is the simple way to print format. We'll talk about the formats later, but printing is just as simple as this. Inside you have System.out.printf, and then inside the parentheses you have quotation marks, and inside the quotation marks is what is being printed. Let's try to print more than just hi everyone. Let's see what happens if we try to copy paste this and put everyone on the second line. Let's see what happens. And we save it, and then we can run. So over here, it didn't put a space in between hi everyone. There's no space between I and E. So if we put a space after the hi, so then we can print hi space everyone. Let's try to run that. Hi everyone. And it's all on the same line. Hi everyone is on the same line. Even though it took 2 lines to print it, it will only print as 1 line, hi everyone. What do we do if we want to have hi on one line and everyone on another line? we have some special characters we can use, and this character is called an escape character. An escape character are special things that you can't type with your keyboard, but you can see on the screen. Some of them are like, to print a new line, we can use the escape character \n. So \n is the character that allows us to print on the next line down. So it'll say hi \n, which means go to the next line, and then print everyone after that. So the first line prints hi, and then it goes to the next line. And then the second line, it's now on the next line, and then it'll print everyone. So let's save this, and then we will run. Hi, everyone. Hi is on one line, everyone is on another line. That's because of this \n. And if we want everyone and then \n, this will change our output. See how it says everyone build successful? Build successful just means that everything was correct. We didn't type anything incorrectly. But if we put, But if we put everyone \n and we run it, we will see that the build successful line comes on a new line, because the first line will print the hi, and then the \n will move it to the second line, and then it'll print everyone, and then the \n will move it to the third line, and that's why the build successful comes on the third line. For now, we can ignore the build successful. That just means everything worked properly. We can just ignore that for now. What are some other things that we can print? What if we wanted to print a double quote? Well, the problem with printing a double quote is that we put the thing we want to print inside double quotes. So if we put a double quote in here, then it will kind of be hard to, because we won't know where the starting and ending point of the thing we want to print is. We can put \double quote. \double quote is the escape character that prints one double quote. So if we want hi in double quotes, then we would have to do \double quote hi \double quote and put that in double quotes. So we have the first double quote, which will show us that this is the start of what we want to print. Then we will have a \double quote, which will show us we want to print a double quote. Then we have hi, we will print hi. Then we will see \double quote. This shows us that we want to print a double quote. And then this last double quote here shows us that this is the end of what we want to print. So if we run that, we will see hi in quotation marks. Now, if we wanted this build successful thing at the next line, then we could do \n. This is allowed because we have \double quote. That means it'll print a single double quote. And then we have a \n, which means it'll move it to the next line. We cannot do \double quote n. The backslash only works for the one character afterwards. So we have to do \double quote \n. Let's run this and see what happens. If we do \double quote \n, it will be quote, hi, quote, and then it'll put it onto the new line. But if we did \double quote n, well, then it's thinking that you just want to print an n. So if we run that, it'll show us the hi in double quotes, and then it'll show us an n, not a new line. So that's why we have \n for the new line. So what other escape characters are there? Well, we can also tab. Let's say you want the high to be tabbed. That's \t high. And then we can kind of write like an English essay. And let's say hi, they said. So if we want to say hi, they said, we would have \t to start a new paragraph, \quotation mark for the starting quote, and then we would have hi, and then we would put a comma, and then we would put a \quotation mark to show that we want to print the next quotation mark. And the comma goes before the ending quotation mark. And then we can put they said, and then we can add a period at the end. So this would be like a new paragraph. Hi, they said. So if we run that, we can see that we have our tab. We tabbed, and then we have our quotation mark, our first quotation mark. First we have our tab, then we have our quotation mark, then we have high comma, and we can see that high comma down here. And then we have our ending quotation mark, and then they said with a period at the end. And then we can also put a \n at the end to go to the next line. So then the build successful part isn't on the same line. So now we see our tab, hi, they said. We have tabs, double quotes, new lines. We can also write a single quote. A single quote can be written as a \single quote. So let's try to run this. And we will get this one single quote right here, \single quote. So we can print pretty much anything we want with printf. We can print any number. We can even print any letter we want, System.out.printf. And inside here we can put any letters we want. We can even tab our numbers and put our letters in single quotes. We can even put stuff on the next line from the same line. Let's run this first, and I'll show that later. Oh, we also need the semicolon at the end. So let's run this. We have our tab and then all of our numbers, and then we have our single quote and then a new line at the end. What I was saying before about having multiple lines on one line, suppose we want to do one \n, and then we want to do 2, and then 3. If we want 1, 2, and 3 on separate lines, this would be one way to do it. We can have 1, 2, 3 on separate lines. But notice that this took up 3 System.out.printfs. Instead, we can just use 1 and just do 2 \n, 3 \n. So what this will do is it'll show 1, then it'll go to the next line, then it'll show 2, and then go to the next line, then 3, and then it'll go to the next line. So let's run this. And we get 1, 2, 3. We can put multiple lines on the same line. Notice how there are no spaces. If we put a space here and a space here, then this will do a new line and then space 2. So this 2 will actually be over here because there's a space. Let's see what happens if we do that. Let's run it. See how there's spaces in front. So that's why we would not put spaces. We can also print special characters. We can also print exclamation, at, number, dollar, caret, and star, the parentheses. We can do minus, plus, equals, underscore, brackets, curly braces, actually, brackets, less than, greater than, question mark, comma, period, forward slash, backward slash. Oh, backward slash is actually a double backward slash. If you want to print a backward slash, you'd have to print two backward slash. Because a single backward slash, it would think that we want to print a double quote. So we have to put backslash backslash to print one backslash. So let's print this or run this. And it'll show us everything, but at the end it only shows us one backslash. But we have to put two backslashes at the end for one backslash. To print a percent, we have to actually print percent percent. A percent would be 1%. 1% sign rather. The reason for this we will get into later, but a percent is a special character that does other things for us in Java. To print a single percent, we have to print percent percent, similar to backslash backslash percent percent. Percent percent gives us 1%, backslash backslash gives us one backslash. So if we run this, we will see we get percent backslash. In the next video, we will talk about data types in Java and how to print those as well.